Hi Gemini, and welcome to your February 2021 general reading. So I hope wherever you are in the world, Gemini, you're safe from harm and those that you love are safe from harm. So you've got a very, very similar theme to you've been having for the last couple of months. So you get the Book of Knowledge. So this is obviously the book. It tends to represent some sort of study. Sometimes it's esoteric study of the occult, or it's more traditional study. But this is about the search for knowledge, and very much your opposite sign of Sagittarius, very, very much what you're here to integrate. You get the Thunder card. So sometimes the Thunder card can feel that there's been some sort of stormy weather, some sort of disruption. There's a lot of Aquarius around, and Aquarius can represent, like, it's like the Tower card. So some sort of, it shakes things up. So for some of you, there might be some sort of, there's been some sort of shake up, some sort of storm, some sort of disruption of your plans. But then you get the Book of Knowledge. So it seems to me whatever it's been, you've overcame it. We'll find out in the card sort of more where this is showing up. But the Book of Knowledge is some sort of study. Very, very much Gemini, and that very curious mind, given it's something to learn, to study, to focus its energy on, is very, very, very beneficial. So let me have a look at what's going on for you, Gemini. I'm going to shuffle one more time. You're my first reading of the day. So I just need to tune in. 23rd of January. Give me messages for the sign of Gemini, please, for the month of February. So you've got the Lovers behind you with the Ace of Swords. So this can be about choices made. So the Lovers card is your card. It's obviously very clearly about relationships, but it's also about choices and decisions, sometimes like a fork in the road, having to make decisions about your life path. And the Ace of Swords with it is wonderful because there's some sort of clarity here, either clarity around a relationship, clarity about a choice, some sort of decision that needs to be made. So now what you want is the Fool card. Beautiful, brand new start, new beginning, not carrying loads, spontaneous, free, full of joy, full of enthusiasm, very light-hearted. So not bringing the past into the future, which is where all our problems lie, Gemini. We drag everything with us rather than doing the work of releasing it. So what you want is the Fool card. The gift is the Star card. This is Aquarius. Again, this is very, very much about grace. It also is about knowledge. So look at her third eye, wide open. It's about learning. Maybe some of you are learning a body of knowledge in order to share it with humanity. That's what Aquarius is about. Sharing our gifts, sharing our knowledge, sharing what we've learned. My gosh. The challenge is the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. Ace of Cups at your relationships. Oh my gosh, Gemini. What have you got going on? Money and work. You get the Five of Pentacles. That's maybe where the thunder is. It's a little bit of financial insecurity. The Knight of Swords at soul level. And then you get the Queen of Swords, which is you. I mean, it's any of the air signs. I'll see if anything wants to come up. And then you get the Magician. Oh my gosh. So yeah, some sort of decision. I mean, this can be a decision around a relationship. It can be a decision around a life path. Remember, and the Lovers card, there's two choices. One of those choices is to do something the way it's always traditionally been done, or to follow your heart, to follow what your heart really, really wants, Gemini. And when the Lovers When the Fool follows his heart, he immediately becomes enlightened. And I think this is very, very clear around your relationships. Look, this is about the heart. This is about following your heart, basically, that's what it's about. So the Fool is at a crossroads. He has this clarity about his path, and he decides to follow it. Now, for some of you, this is clearly in your relationship. For some of you, this might be financial, but the question is how. You know, at this moment in our history, Gemini, we all are facing, it's like, how do I become the best version of myself and still survive? Yeah. So maybe for some of you, there's these new choices coming up and decisions that wants to be made. But it's like, do I have the resources? So I'm going to deal with that when I come to that. So what you want is the Fool, to follow your heart, to break free from everything that was before and manifest a brand new path, a brand new direction. And what's helping you get that is the Star card. It's also the Aquarius card. And that's where the big astrology is at. The age of Aquarius is about the age of being in your individual truth, Gemini. A word that you absolutely, it's essential for you to manifest this truth and express it in the world. So this Star card is helping you make a decision which is based on what is right for you. So some of you are receiving an awful lot of guidance, an awful lot of inspiration. Very much the Star card can be about, you can have very, very strong vision, strong intuitive. It's like being led by your own North Star, yeah? And your own North Star is always your North Node in your birth chart. House and sign, where your soul's trying to get to complete its mission in this world. Yeah, I'm pretty much a nodal astrologer. So the challenge is the Wheel of Fortune, so something to do with timing. So why is the Wheel of Fortune? I mean, the Wheel of Fortune is a clock, and we are obviously still dealing, I don't know where you are in the world, but in the UK, we're banging COVID restrictions. So some of you, this is an issue of timing. For some of you, this can be an issue. It's like, how do I bring forward my vision in the world and still survive? It's going to be an issue for everyone as Uranus goes through Taurus. Okay, so we're not going to go into a crisis thought about it, Gemini. We're going to just hold it lightly and then we'll ask the cards. So why is the Wheel of Fortune the challenge? So it's about timing, it's about a clock, it's about the Four of Pentacles, yeah? And the 5 showing up here. When the Four of Pentacles is a challenge, we're trying to hold on. So say for some of you, this is love. The Four of Pentacles is a card of keeping your feelings very close to your chest. So not revealing everything, not opening up, not taking risks and not being vulnerable. Okay. For others of you, this might be financial. And with the Four of Pentacles is a challenge, is a real feeling of scarcity. It's almost like, if I follow my heart, how will I survive? So the Four of Pentacles is a card that we sometimes need to hold on to jobs we don't love in order to survive. This is part of the dilemma that people are dealing with, that want to bring some new vision into the world. And I don't have all the solutions to this at the moment, but there is a bit of a challenge here with that Five of Pentacles. Is if I follow my heart and I am the Fool, I'm being guided to, but how will I survive? So the Ace of Cups in your relationships, just, I mean, for some of you, this is a brand new love. For some of you, this is not a brand new love. It's a love that's been around for a while, because you get the 10 of Cups. So you've got the Ace and the 10 in the same cards, which is very, very interesting, because the Ace is a beginning and the 10 is a conclusion. So for some of you, this is about a brand new love that's pretty much immediately going to complete itself, so come into fruition. For some of you, this is a love that's been around for a long time, the 10, but it's having a renewal. The walls are starting to come down, which means there's trust being established. There's an opening of the heart. Again, the challenge is the 4. You know, Gemini, we've all been hurt by love. There's no one in this world who has not been hurt by love. And that's why we defend. But the Fool, and this is what you want, takes risks. He understands that love is huge, love is complex, and he's willing to take the risks and open his heart. That's what the Fool does. Because in a strange way, the Fool knows that he might be hurt, but that hurt doesn't kill him, because he rises again. So love is about taking risks and being vulnerable, and the Fool doesn't mind, because he trusts in the Star card, he trusts in grace, but also grace is also about being naked, look. So this is the gift of opening with the challenge of remaining closed. Huge stuff here. I mean, this is the work of a lifetime. Do I take a risk and show my cards, show exactly how I feel? Or do I stay in the 4 of Pentacles? I mean, the 4 of Pentacles isn't a bad card, but the problem is we keep our heart closed in order to not be hurt. But then what we have is a heart that feels closed. And I think that's its own version of pain, when really what you've been asked to do, the gift is openness. It's letting, it's being seen, it's intimacy, it's letting other people see you and you seeing them, Gemini, okay? And it's interesting, this might be, for some of you, this is something from the past with the 10. It's something that's been around for a long time, but there's a new level of opening. Or for some of you, this is a brand new relationship, but it's coming to fruition pretty quickly. So you know, sometimes you get the Ace, and a year later, 2 years later, maybe never, does it conclude itself. This is concluding and completion all in the same month. But the challenge is letting down your guard and risking rejection. I don't think you'll be rejected, Gemini, by the way, not with that 10 of Cups. I think in any way, everything that you do is going to be received with, I think you're going to be received very, very well if you're to take a risk and show yourself here. Think about, you know, people's worst dreams, and they're walking down the road and they're naked. Sometimes that's what it feels like when we take risks and expose ourselves. I think you're going to be received extremely well. Now, the 5 of Pentacles in your money and work. So this is a feeling of not having enough, but then you get the Ace of Pentacles. So this is some sort of gift, some sort of support, some sort of, can be a new job, can be some sort of finances. But I think with the rest of the cards, there's a theme about following your true path, your true north, yeah? North node in your birth chart, the answer to everything. And for some of you, it's I really want to, but I need to. So I need to work this 9 to 5 job that sucks my soul. Okay. And that's what the Five of Pentacles is showing up as. So if I leave the 4 behind, how will I survive? And the Ace of Pentacles is, this is how you'll survive. There's some sort of support here. There's some sort of initiative, some sort of new beginning, something that wants to be born, but you're dealing with this completely. It's a very, very human thing. It's like, I want to be, I don't know, I want to be an artist, but how will I survive being an artist? It's a very, very common, but if this is just looking for a job, there's some sort of new job coming your way, there's some sort of gift coming your way. Now the Knight of Swords is at a soul level, so this is some sort of communication. You've got a lot of air cards, and this communication is around the Ace of Wands, so you get 3 aces. And you get the Magician. The Magician holds all the aces. So you've literally got 7 aces in your reading. And the aces are all about new pathways, new starts, something brand new that's never happened before. And that's what the Fool wants. He wants to walk down these new pathways. He wants to take risks. He wants to love. He wants to experience his life in a passionate way. So the Knight of Swords is news coming your way pretty fast, actually probably the fastest moving energy, as well as the Tower that brings some very rapid change to your life circumstances. This might be the Thunder. In a sense, it happens very fastly and very rapidly. There's some change in your life path. It's with the Ace of Wands. It's an incredibly positive, fiery, passionate, new beginning. You then get the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is back to the Star card again. So very air sign, very Aquarius. It's also you. So, I mean, if you look at it, these cards are pretty much the same card. So for some of you, this is studying. You got the Book of Knowledge. You're doing some sort of study, some sort of research. For some of you, what you're doing is you're taking a step back, because it looks like this month for you, Gemini, is incredibly potent, incredibly full of new potentials, new avenues of expression, not in every area of your life, around passion, around creativity, around love, around finances. So this, you might be taking a step back and going, wow, halt. I need to reflect. I need to have this sort of truth up. Some of you are studying. Yeah. Because then you get the Magician. So now you've also got the Ace of Swords. So you've got all the aces. Oh my gosh, Gemini. There was another sign, I can't remember what sign it was, who got the most potent reading. But if you think about it, so all the planets that are in Aquarius, Aquarius trines Gemini. And it's obviously your nodal return in your sun sign. So there's an awful lot of energy and focus on Gemini, on communication, on sharing your gifts, bringing your talents into the world, wherever they might be. And it's almost like you're being empowered, absolutely empowered at a soul level to follow. It sounds like a cliche, I'm going to say it though, but to follow your bliss, because that's what the Lover's card is. It's a choice about staying, and that is your life path. That is the life path. Shall I follow my bliss? Shall I follow my heart? Shall I follow my true impulse? Or shall I stick to the known? There's no judgment here. And I work with many people, Gemini, who do half and half for quite a long time. So for a few years, they're the Two of Pentacles. So they juggle jobs with starting up new businesses, you know, they juggle things, and that's okay to do it that way. But whatever's going on here, there's a little bit of a struggle between birthing all this newness and letting go of the Four of Pentacles, because the Four of Pentacles is almost like we're very safe in the Four of Pentacles, by the way. There's a structure, we're safe, but not necessarily passionate and fulfilled. And really, as humanity keeps going down 2021 and beyond, it's a decision that we're all going to have to make. Do I stay with the known, or do I launch myself in a brand new direction? I think there's no judgment about the decision that you make, Gemini, by the way. There's no right and wrong. It's only what's right and wrong for you. So don't let anyone else, you know, I work with loads of people who decide to stay with the Four. I just respect them. But there's this soul power coming through you. And it's almost like it just wants to be the Fool card. It just wants to break out and just take all these risks and go down new adventures, open its heart, reveal who it is to the world, and sort of shout hallelujah at the top of its voice. Wonderful reading. Wonderful reading. Just, it really, really is your time, Gemini. Take it. There's only little bits that you can begin to eke out of breaking out of that Four. You do it. Anything that makes your heart feel free, do it. Beautiful reading. And the links to my website are below, Gemini. Much love. Bye.